Imagine you're rummaging through your kitchen spice rack, maybe making soup or stew, and you pull out those dried, fragrant bay leaves. You probably toss one or two into the pot for flavor, right? That earthy, slightly floral aroma is classic. But what if I told you that beyond making your dinner taste amazing, those humble bay leaves might be doing something pretty remarkable inside your body, especially when it comes to your cholesterol levels? Yeah, that stuff your doctor talks about during checkups. We often hear about cholesterol like it's all bad news, but it's actually more complicated. Your body needs some cholesterol. It's essential for building cells and making hormones. The problem comes when we have too much of the wrong kind, particularly something called LDL cholesterol, often nicknamed the bad cholesterol. When LDL cholesterol builds up in your blood vessels, it's like gunk slowly clogging a pipe. Over time, this can make it harder for blood to flow freely to your heart and brain, increasing the risk of serious problems like heart attacks or strokes. On the flip side, you have HDL cholesterol, the good kind, which acts like a little cleanup crew, helping to scoop up excess cholesterol and carry it back to your liver to be processed and removed. The goal is to lower the bad LDL and maybe even boost the good HDL. This is where your everyday bay leaf steps in as a potential, natural helper. So, how does a simple leaf do this? It's all thanks to the powerful natural compounds packed inside it. Think of bay leaves as tiny chemical factories. They're loaded with things called phytochemicals, plant chemicals, that have specific jobs in our bodies. Some key players in bay leaves are compounds like eugenol, which gives it that distinctive warm, spicy scent, along with others like linalool, pinene, and caffeic acid. But the real stars for cholesterol might be substances called polyphenol and certain types of plant sterols. These little guys work in a few different, clever ways to help manage cholesterol levels. One of the main things they seem to do is interfere with how your body actually makes cholesterol, especially in your liver. Your liver is like the cholesterol production headquarters. Bay leaf compounds appear to gently put the brakes on some of the enzymes involved in that cholesterol assembly line. If the factory slows down production a bit, less brand new LDL cholesterol ends up floating around in your bloodstream in the first place. It's not about stopping production completely, your body still needs some, but about helping it find a healthier balance. But that's not the only trick bay leaves have. Remember that cleanup crew, the HDL cholesterol? Bay leaves might actually help support its work. Some research suggests that certain compounds in the leaves can encourage the activity of enzymes involved in the reverse cholesterol transport process. That's the fancy term for how HDL picks up the excess cholesterol from your arteries and tissues and hauls it back to the liver. By giving this natural cleanup system a bit of a boost, bay leaves can help your body get rid of more of the cholesterol it doesn't need, preventing it from just sitting around and causing trouble. Imagine the HDL crew getting a bit more energetic and efficient at their job thanks to the bay leaf influence. Furthermore, bay leaves are a source of dietary fiber, particularly soluble fiber. While you might not eat a huge quantity of the leaves themselves, the compounds released when you simmer them in liquid, and any fiber content they contribute, play a role. Soluble fiber is famous for its cholesterol-lowering effects. It acts like a sponge in your gut. As food moves through your digestive system, this soluble fiber binds to cholesterol molecules, especially the bile acids that your liver makes from cholesterol. Instead of letting that cholesterol-rich bile get reabsorbed back into your bloodstream, the fiber traps it and escorts it right out of your body when you go to the bathroom. Your liver then has to pull more cholesterol out of your blood to make new bile acids. It's a clever recycling process that results in a net decrease of cholesterol circulating in your blood. So, even the gentle contribution from bay leaves adds to this beneficial effect. There's another important angle: oxidation. LDL cholesterol becomes particularly dangerous when it gets damaged by unstable molecules called free radicals, a process called oxidation. Oxidized LDL is like the troublemaker in the neighborhood. It's much more likely to stick to your artery walls and kickstart that plaque buildup. This is where bay leaves truly shine because they are absolutely packed with potent antioxidants. Those phytochemicals like eugenol, quercetin, and catechins are like an army of tiny bodyguards. They neutralize free radicals before they can wreak havoc on your LDL cholesterol. By preventing or reducing this oxidation, bay leaves help keep the LDL cholesterol less harmful, meaning it's less likely to contribute to clogging your arteries. It's like putting a protective coating on the cholesterol to stop it from turning bad. This antioxidant power isn't just good for cholesterol, it helps fight general inflammation throughout your body, which is another key player in heart disease and many other chronic conditions. Reducing overall inflammation creates a healthier environment for your blood vessels and your entire cardiovascular system. So, how do you actually use bay leaves to potentially get these benefits? You're probably already halfway there. The most common and practical way is exactly how you've likely used them before: cooking. Unlike many herbs you chop and eat, bay leaves are typically used whole and simmered in liquids for a long time to infuse their flavor and beneficial compounds into soups, stews, sauces, braises, stocks, and even rice or bean dishes. The key here is simmering. You need to give the leaves time, at least 15 to 20 minutes, but often much longer, like an hour or more in a slow-cooked stew, to allow those valuable compounds to slowly leach out into the broth or sauce. Just remember to fish the tough, whole leaf out before serving, as it can be a choking hazard and isn't pleasant to chew. You can use either dried or fresh bay leaves. Dried are more common and concentrate some of the flavors and compounds, but fresh have a brighter, slightly different profile. Both are effective. While there isn't one universally agreed upon dose for cholesterol benefits like you'd get with a pill, incorporating 1 or 2 bay leaves into your cooking several times a week is a sensible and enjoyable approach. Think of it as a regular culinary habit with potential health perks. Could you take bay leaves as a supplement? You might find bay leaf extract capsules or powders online or in health stores. While this concentrates the active compounds, it also comes with some important cautions. First, supplements aren't as tightly regulated as medications, so quality and actual content can vary wildly. Second, and more crucially, bay leaves contain compounds that can be powerful in concentrated forms. High doses might potentially interfere with blood sugar control, important for diabetics, interact with sedative medications, or affect blood clotting because some components have blood-thinning properties. For most people, enjoying bay leaves as a culinary herb is incredibly safe. However, taking concentrated supplements significantly increases the potential for side effects or interactions, especially if you are on any medications, like blood thinners, diabetes drugs, or sedatives, are pregnant or breastfeeding, or have scheduled surgery. It is absolutely crucial to talk to your doctor before considering any bay leaf supplements, especially if you have any health conditions or take medications. The cooking route is generally the safest and most recommended way to enjoy any potential benefits. What can you realistically expect? It's vital to have realistic expectations. Bay leaves are not a magic bullet or a replacement for cholesterol-lowering medication prescribed by your doctor. If you have high cholesterol, especially if it's significantly elevated, medication might be necessary, and you should never stop taking it without consulting your doctor. Think of bay leaves as a supportive player on your heart health team, working alongside other crucial lifestyle choices. Their effect is likely to be modest but meaningful over time, especially as part of a consistent routine. Some studies in animals and limited human trials have shown reductions in total cholesterol and LDL cholesterol, and increases in HDL cholesterol, but the results aren't dramatic overnight miracles. It's more about the cumulative effect of regularly including them in a heart-healthy diet. You might not see a huge drop on your next blood test solely from adding bay leaves, but combined with other good habits, they could contribute to a gradual improvement. Pay attention to how you feel overall, perhaps more energy, less inflammation, and track your cholesterol levels over the long term with your doctor. Speaking of other habits, bay leaves work best as part of a bigger picture for heart health. This means focusing on a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, like oats and barley, which are great for soluble fiber, legumes, beans and lentils, lean proteins, fish, poultry, and healthy fats, like those found in avocados, nuts, seeds, and olive oil. It means limiting saturated fats, often found in fatty meats and full-fat dairy, trans fats, found in many processed foods, and excessive added sugars. Regular physical activity is non-negotiable. Even brisk walking most days of the week helps raise HDL, the good cholesterol, and improve overall cardiovascular fitness. Managing stress is huge, as chronic stress can negatively impact cholesterol levels. Don't forget the importance of not smoking and drinking alcohol only in moderation, if at all. Bay leaves fit beautifully into this Mediterranean-style pattern of eating and living. Adding them to your lentil soup, your vegetable-rich stew, or your tomato sauce for whole wheat pasta is a delicious way to enhance both flavor and potential health benefits within this context. Why might bay leaves have this effect? Scientists are still unraveling all the intricate details, but it boils down to the unique synergy of all those compounds we mentioned, the phytochemicals like eugenol and linalool, the polyphenol, the plant sterols, the fiber, and the potent antioxidants. They don't work in isolation, they work together, influencing different pathways, slowing cholesterol production, boosting cholesterol removal via bile binding and HDL activity, and protecting cholesterol from harmful oxidation. This multi-pronged approach is what makes whole foods, and whole herbs and spices, so powerful. It's the combination nature provides, rather than isolating one single compound. Bay leaves have been used for centuries in traditional medicine systems around the world, not just for flavor but for ailments ranging from digestive issues to respiratory problems. Their potential role in supporting heart health by managing cholesterol is a modern discovery that adds another layer to their traditional uses, showing how ancient wisdom often finds validation in contemporary science. In conclusion, those unassuming bay leaves hiding in your spice drawer might be more than just a flavor enhancer. Packed with unique plant compounds, they offer a natural, gentle way to support healthier cholesterol levels. They work by potentially slowing down your liver's production of new LDL cholesterol, aiding your body's natural cleanup system, HDL, to remove excess cholesterol, binding cholesterol in your gut for elimination, and crucially, protecting LDL cholesterol from becoming oxidized and more dangerous. The best way to harness this potential is simply by using them regularly in your cooking, simmering them in soups, stews, sauces, and grains to release their goodness. Remember to manage expectations. The effects are supportive and gradual, not a substitute for medical treatment or a healthy lifestyle. They are one delicious piece of the heart health puzzle. Always prioritize talking to your doctor about your cholesterol management plan, especially before considering supplements. So next time you reach for a bay leaf, appreciate it not just for the depth of flavor it brings to your pot, but for the quiet, supportive role it might be playing in helping your blood flow a little more freely, contributing to your long-term heart health one simmering dish at a time. It's a comforting thought that something so ordinary and accessible could be such a helpful ally in taking care of your body.